It's a quick, easy fix video for Range Rover classic electric seats, which frequently are advertised as seats don't work. Now, so long as the ECU is in place and all the electrics are in place, quite a common fault with the memory seats. These are not memory seats. The memory seats have the two buttons here. Quite a common fault is the battery that retains the memory or the settings in the ECU underneath the driver's seat, corrodes its contacts and then melts the PCB. There are some fixes that involve losing memory function, but still allow you to adjust the mirrors and the seats. But on a non-Vogue SE, this is just a Vogue, with electric seats, what you'll find is, if we look at this one, you've got the seat base up and down, yeah, forwards, backwards, seat back, back. Oh, there's one that's not working. How about that? Yes, it is, it's working. Right, okay, so this one, none of it was working apart from the back and forwards. So you prise these off, just put a very, very fragile implement underneath there. I use a screwdriver, but I've put a piece on top of it. Lift the two plungers off. They're already held on by clips. They just pop on and off, not difficult. And the back one, again, pops on and off. Then you could take the top plate off quite easily. Again, it just clips on. It's got these clips around it. And they pop off. And then what you can see is all the various switches. So there's 4 switches in here. There's the seat front up and down. There's the seat back and forwards. And there's the seat back up and down. And then there's the seat back up and down, the seat base up and down. All I do, get some of this stuff, electrical contact cleaner, with the small gasket piece out of the way, I squirt liberally into the holes around the switches and then wiggle the switches backwards and forwards and pushing down and wiggling backwards and forwards, and slowly but surely, each one of these functions came back to life again. So that's an easy fix. The alternative is to remove the switch. You can lift this off its base. In fact, no, you need to undo the 2 screws underneath here, and then take the whole box off the side, and then you can remove the switch unit from its housing, and then take it apart. And the big problem then is when you take it apart, there are 65 million tiny little 1mm diameter ball bearings in there and tiny little springs, and unless you're very, very careful, it's an absolute bastard of a job, and it really is the last resort when I try to get these things working. But 9 times out of 10, Bright Spark from Carplan works a treat. So unfortunately I didn't think about videoing this until I'd done it, and I thought it's going to be quite a common fault, this one. Perhaps I'll get a switch, a spare switch I've got, and take it apart and show you what they're like inside. If I take leave of my senses, that is. Right, okay, then it just all pops back together. And the buttons go back on. Just centre it on the middle one. Give it a clap, forwards, backwards. That's already up. That's working. And the seat back one, again, just line him up, pop him on. That works. This is not sponsored by Carplan Bright Spark, but it's just the product I use. I'm sure there's plenty of other stuff around, but this specifically is an electrical contact cleaner. It cleans ignition components, switches, contacts, relay circuit boards. If you've got a switch that's playing up, it's quite good to give it a good old jet of this stuff in first of all. Because it tends to melt, dissolve the crud that builds up on the contacts. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed that little educational kind of top tip from me to get your Range Rover seats working. That's it. Please subscribe if you like this kind of rubbish. Apologies for no swearing in this film. I better check back, make sure I didn't swear in it. So if you dialed in for swearing, I apologise, but any of my other videos have got plenty of the bad language in it. Okay. Thanks.